It's no secret that those of us here at RPG Site adore Divinity Original Sin. After hours of grueling debate, it emerged as our 2014 RPG of the Year. Now, a year after its original release, Larian Studios' brilliant kickstarted CRPG makes its way to next-gen consoles in the form of Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition, which is also a free download for owners of the original PC version. This Enhanced Edition contains all of the content of the original release, including DLC, but with several substantial improvements, tweaks, fixes, and most importantly, new content. But did this computer RPG make the transition to consoles elegantly? Let's find out. Divinity Original Sin takes place in the Divinity universe, but you are not required to be familiar with the series to enjoy or understand the narrative of Original Sin. The game stars two fully customizable Source Hunters, members of an organization dedicated to hunting down dangerous magic called the Source. These two characters can be customized to your heart's content, including their starting stats, skills, appearance, gender, and class. The pair are a set of protagonists, meaning that depending on their AI, or which you are in control of during certain conversations, you can make different choices, affecting their alignment and progression. However, Divinity Original Sin can be played entirely in two-player co-op, which is easily the game's most enjoyable feature both from a narrative and gameplay standpoint. On their way to investigate a murder tied to the Source, the pair of Source Hunters encounter a variety of strange phenomena, pitting them as the chosen heroes who may be the only ones capable of saving space and time. While this general description may make the game's narrative sound like a generic computer RPG, it is anything but. The story of Original Sin takes many unexpected and often humorous turns that is sure to captivate any fan of role-playing games, especially computer role-playing games of the 90s, thanks to its well-written script and unusual setting. The Enhanced Edition includes new voice acting for every line of dialogue, which adds quite a bit more personality to each NPC and party member. As well, certain scenarios have seen some revisions, which are ultimately improvements to the original game, making Enhanced Edition worth a playthrough for fans who've played the original release. As many would come to expect of the genre, Original Sin uses an isometric viewpoint, which would normally be controlled through mouse clicks. On consoles, the entire game has been optimized for controller support. I was actually quite impressed to see how various inputs from the keyboard were just as accessible on a controller thanks to the game's wheel menu, which enables players to quickly access a character's inventory, check their stats, or read the journal. Towns are filled with tons of side questing opportunities. Don't be surprised to find yourself sinking hours into exploring each through fully and finding each quest giver. Playing with a friend makes this process much easier as you can both accept quests from different NPCs simultaneously. During local co-op, the game uses the same isometric view, but at the press of a button, or when players wander far enough from one another, the game will use split screen, which I found to be a very welcome feature. Combat is the same from the original game, using a turn-based system that limits actions a player can take based on their action points. All actions taken in a battle use these points: moving, attacking, using skills, items, or changing equipment. These points can also be stacked by waiting and ending your turn prematurely while you have points available. Original Sin is a thinking man's game. Even on the normal difficulty setting, battles require careful planning and character building to ensure success. In battle, you'll be controlling your party of 4 individually. However, during co-op, you can assign a party member to each player to command. While a well-built character with a useful set of abilities is crucial to winning each battle, the true key to victory is using the environment to your advantage. Divinity Original Sin allows both the player and enemies to manipulate the environment to create advantageous battle scenarios. For instance, luring enemies into a puddle, then using a lightning spell will stun anyone in said water. Additionally, different spells and items can leave environmental hazards, which in turn can be used to create explosions or other offensive means. All of the environmental manipulation takes some time to learn, but it is most definitely worth learning, as it's one of the most unique and useful functions to take advantage of in the heat of battle. With all that being said, I did encounter some issues while playing the game on the PlayStation 4. These issues included slowdown during combat, as well as a bug in which one of the enemy portraits got stuck on the top of the screen and I couldn't see whose turn it would be next. Additionally, I experienced 2 separate crashes which required the PlayStation 4 to be reset. However, all of these problems were only encountered during local co-op, and these occurrences were quite rare. During single player, I never once experienced any one of these issues. As well, I'm sure there'll be patches to address these technical problems. Visually, Divinity Original Sin is, in my humble opinion, the best looking computer RPG on the market, with bright colorful visuals and a plethora of variety with many different distinct environments as well as enemies. The game's soundtrack is also excellent, containing many exciting battle themes and soothing town themes that are highly evocative of the fantasy setting. The title theme in particular is a standout track that always got me excited to play the game. The voice acting, for the most part, is well acted and very humorous, although there are a few actors who sound a little at odds with the rest of the cast. Divinity Original Sin is an excellent computer role-playing game. Of that, there is no doubt. This enhanced edition is merely a better version of an incredible game that I'd wholeheartedly recommend to any fan of RPGs. While the best version of this game is the computer one, the console ports have definitely been handled with care and mostly make the transition well. Again, there were some technical issues, and hopefully these are ironed out through the coming weeks. As well, a tip to any console players, be sure to save manually, as my crash has resulted in me losing my auto-save data. So that said, grab a friend or spend a few weeks by yourself to enjoy one of the best games from last year with a host of improvements. That's all for now. For more reviews, playthroughs, and other RPG related videos, be sure to subscribe by clicking the button below. Thanks for watching.